Jonathan Ong, Robert Mondavi Winery, and welcome to this episode of What's in Your Cellar. Today I'm sharing with you what we have at our house, and hopefully it'll be something that you'll enjoy as well. But I'm going to do something just a little different, and that is I am presenting a wine, but I'm presenting two wines. What? Fascinating, Captain. What is your assessment? Spock. Sometimes you just gotta go with your feelings. Bones, what do you think? Dang it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a winemaker. Ah, indeed. So, the reason why I'm doing two is because they are both the same varietal, the same vintage, and the same appellation. 2018 Sonoma Coast Chardonnay. And yes, they are both noted for doing that. One is Chalk Hill, one is McRosty. Both are wonderful winemakers. Both have a slightly different expression based on the wine making methods. So let me tell you also that I choose whites quite often for this house of mine because we tend to eat food that has a lot of flavor, and I like cooking with a lot of flavor. So I tend to contrast that with some good acidity and some good lighter components coming from the wine. Now, let me first tell you about Chalk Hill, and I'll move to the McRosty. Chalk Hill, definitely been around since 1972. And their Chalk Hill AVA, they are between Russian River and the Alexander Valley. Good microclimates, different terrain. And one of the things that they do differently, or they are differently noted, because they have 1,300 acres of their estate, but only 300 is vineyard, and the rest is uncultivated or wild still. Now, for this particular wine, it is 100% barrel aged and fermented, new and used. From the profile, was about 6 to 9 months on the barrel. Now, they also do secondary fermentation, but it is only for the Chardonnay. They do Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, and Pinot Gris, but they use stainless steel for those other two. Now, on this, the winemaker's Bill Foley, his daughter Courtney runs the operations, and the winemaker now is Daryl Holbrook. He was trained and got his chops from David Rainey, who is pretty well known for Sonoma County for Chardonnay. Now, in terms of the taste profile, we have color, straw leaning more towards gold. It's light pear on the flavor profile, light verbena, lemon verbena, excuse me, is what I got through on this. Touch of earthiness, definitely, or oakiness coming from the barrel notes, and but not heavy in vanilla, definitely more toasty. Good mouthfeel. Balance, decent, good medium body, or good medium in the length, and overall well balanced, but not too oaky, and that's some people may enjoy that. Now, McRosty, Vineyard and Winery, over 3 decades in business, and their tasting room is in the Dry Creek area. Now, their business model is a little different, and that they do have their own vineyard site in the Petaluma Gap called Wildcat Mountain. However, they choose to go to notable wine or vineyard growers that have very unique wine flavor profiles. Some of those would be the San Giacomos, High Vista and the Carneros, and the Duttons and the Martinellis in Russian River. So they definitely use growers to get the fruit flavors that they want to make their wine. Chalk Hill, they run their own, and most actually for both come for at least the Sonoma coast wines come from regions that have good coastal influence, cool air, moist, running through there. to balance that out. So this one, the McRosty, also 100% barrel. Now, both are full cluster fermentation, but when I say full French oak on this, both of them have full French, but 85% of this was only done on the oak. 16%, excuse me, 18% of that was new, but the balance 16%, the fermentation was actually done in stainless steel. So they do have an unoaked portion going through on this one, and I believe that's what gives the different characteristic for this wine. And so what you get here is a good clarity, a little lighter in the color, definitely more straw than golden, good floral notes, vibrance in the acidity, and a brightness on the nose. What I get for flavor was pear, apple, just a touch of citrus. Nice round profile, mouthfeel, medium length as well, but overall not as oaky as this one. Not to say that this one was oaky, but because of the stainless steel portion, I believe the brightness comes through much more because of that. Now, in terms of what we did for dinner, we had pan roasted chicken, a little bit of broccoli, and some rice. Now, oh, what was that? What are you asking me? Did I actually have both of these for dinner at the same meal? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, we opened both bottles for dinner. And you're like, that's just crazy. It's like, yeah, it is. But hey, we're living in crazy times. But it's pretty normal in my house. Sometimes I do make dinner time an experiment. And that experiment sometimes is my food, sometimes the alcohol, sometimes it's both. In this case, I wanted to try both. Comparatively, I had to give the chicken a chance, a fair opportunity to come through on both the wines. So when I do that, I had to open both wines. Well, both were really good. Good balance, good texture, good acidity on both. I have to say that my wife chose the Chalk Hill over the McRosty just for the touch more earthy and oakiness on this. I enjoyed the McRosty a little bit more because of the vibrance and the acidity and the fruit forwardness, but overall both are really good wines. As you can see, yeah, we pretty much almost killed both bottles in one sitting. Of course, we had a wonderful conversation, but that's what happens when you open wine at dinner time. So good stuff. Both were around $20, widely available. And well, hey, so you just got to go out and find some wine, and once you find it, just keep getting some until you get tired of it and get something else. And as someone I think first mentioned a while ago, kind of the mantra now of what we do, and that is drink what you like and like what you drink. So people, get out there, get some wine, enjoy the day, wear a mask wherever you go, but hey, when you come back home, empty a bottle. Okay, have a good day.